Ladies and gentlemen, do you ever wonder why at times the energy shifts? One moment, someone might overlook you, and the next, they're treating you like royalty. Why does this happen? Why do people, especially men, suddenly start seeing you in a completely different light? Self-worth is the foundation of everything you experience in life. It shapes how you see yourself, how you interact with others, and how the world interacts with you. When you understand your true value, it becomes impossible for others to treat you any less than what you know you deserve. People can only meet you at the level of respect and appreciation that you give to yourself. If you don't see your own worth, why should anyone else? It's all too common for individuals, especially women, to seek validation from external sources, whether it's from their partners, friends, or society. This reliance on others to define your worth creates a cycle of dependency that leaves you feeling empty and unfulfilled. The problem is that when you look for others to tell you that you're worthy, you are giving them the power to shape your identity and sense of value. And no one can ever truly reflect your worth better than you can. When you treat yourself with respect, you start to set an example for others. You show people what you stand for and what you will and won't tolerate. Imagine someone who doesn't take care of themselves physically, mentally, or emotionally. They might feel like they're not good enough or might not believe they deserve the best. These insecurities often attract the same energy from others. And before long, they're surrounded by people who don't value them as they should. They may even settle for unhealthy relationships or situations simply because they believe they don't deserve better. However, when you value yourself and recognize your worth, it becomes impossible to settle for anything less than what you truly deserve. You won't put up with disrespect, toxic behavior, or people who drain your energy. You know that you are deserving of kindness, love, and abundance. You understand that you are the creator of your own reality, and the choices you make reflect that truth. The foundation of self-worth also begins with accepting yourself, flaws and all. Everyone has imperfections, but those imperfections don't diminish your value. On the contrary, it's through embracing our vulnerabilities that we unlock our true power. Perfection is an illusion. And when you accept yourself for who you truly are, you become more authentic, more aligned with your core values. This authenticity is magnetic. Others are drawn to your energy because it's real, it's genuine, and it radiates self-assurance. Self-worth also plays a major role in how you show up in the world. When you walk into a room with the knowledge that you are worthy of success, of love, of happiness, you communicate that energy to everyone around you. This isn't about arrogance. It's about knowing that you belong and that your presence adds value to the space. People can sense that confidence and they begin to respond to you differently. They treat you with respect, they honor your time, and they recognize your value. But when you don't believe in your worth, you send out an entirely different message. You might subconsciously allow people to take advantage of you, or you might accept less than you deserve because deep down you don't believe that you're capable of attracting better. Your lack of self-worth will always limit your potential and keep you stuck in cycles of self-doubt and insecurity. Building self-worth is a process that requires continuous effort and introspection. It's about choosing to love yourself unconditionally and understanding that your worth is not based on your achievements, your appearance, or the approval of others. You are valuable simply because you exist. The world doesn't define your worth, you define it. And when you embrace that truth, everything shifts. Your relationships, your career, your personal growth, they all begin to thrive because you're rooted in an unshakable belief in yourself. The foundation of self-worth is something you can build every single day. It starts with small actions, honoring your needs, speaking up for yourself, setting boundaries, and choosing to surround yourself with people who lift you up. The more you practice valuing yourself, the more you will notice how the world begins to mirror that respect back to you. And when others see you treating yourself like a queen, they will begin to treat you like one too. Energy is everything. It's the invisible force that influences how you show up in the world and how the world responds to you. Your energy is the vibration that you put out into the universe, and it attracts similar vibrations back to you. The way you carry yourself, the way you think, the way you feel this energy has the power to shift everything around you. It's not about what you say or what you do, it's about the energy behind those actions. People feel your energy before they even hear your words. And that energy is what will determine how they treat you. When you project confidence, self-love, and positivity, you are broadcasting a high energy frequency that attracts people who are aligned with those qualities. You'll find that people who respect themselves and understand their own worth will be naturally drawn to you. They will see your strength, your purpose, and your belief in yourself, and they will match that energy. It's a law of attraction that works on a subconscious level. The people who treat you well are those who share a similar energy to yours, and they are subconsciously pulled into your orbit. But this doesn't happen overnight. Your energy is something you cultivate over time. It's the result of the thoughts you think, the habits you create, and the way you nurture your inner world. You have to choose to consciously elevate your energy by focusing on the things that make you feel powerful, aligned, and at peace. When you consistently surround yourself with things that lift you up, whether it's positive people, empowering media, or uplifting environments, you are building a high energy vibration that will radiate outward. This energy will then begin to shape the reality you experience. However, when you allow negativity, doubt, and fear to dominate your thoughts, you lower your energy. You create a low frequency vibration that attracts similar negative situations, people, and experiences. You'll find yourself caught in cycles of frustration, disappointment, and self-criticism. People will reflect that low energy back to you by treating you poorly or not giving you the respect you deserve. When you don't value yourself and radiate low energy, the world can't give you anything more than what you're putting out. Your energy is also deeply connected to your emotions. The emotional states you carry are powerful signals that shape how people respond to you. If you constantly feel angry, bitter, or resentful, you will attract people who match that emotional frequency. But when you choose to feel joy, gratitude, and excitement about life, your energy shifts dramatically. This shift isn't just about being positive all the time. It's about consciously deciding to rise above negative emotions and focusing on the things that bring you peace. Your emotional state is a reflection of the story you're telling yourself about your life. If you want to change how others treat you, you first need to change the story you're telling yourself. The more you invest in your energy, the more you will notice the way people begin to treat you. You'll begin to attract people who see and respect your value. When you operate from a place of high energy, the world responds to you with opportunities, abundance, and people who uplift and empower you. You'll notice that people start listening when you speak. They start respecting your time and energy, and they treat you with the kind of admiration that reflects your own self-respect. But your energy doesn't just influence how others treat you, it also impacts the choices you make in your own life. When you raise your energy, you become more aligned with your purpose, more focused on your goals, and more aware of your worth. Your decisions become empowered by the belief that you deserve the best. You no longer settle for mediocrity because you know you are worthy of greatness. You begin to make choices that honor your highest self, and as a result, your life begins to transform. The key to understanding the power of your energy is recognizing that it is always in your control. You have the ability to shift your energy at any moment. You can choose to rise above negativity, to elevate your thoughts and emotions, and to project the energy that you want to attract into the world. Your energy is your greatest tool for creating the life you desire. When you consciously align your energy with your highest vision for yourself, the world will meet you at that level and treat you accordingly. Boundaries reflect self-respect. They are the invisible lines we set that define how we expect to be treated by others and how we treat ourselves. When we honor our own boundaries, we send a clear message to the world about our value and the standards we've set for our lives. Boundaries are not about being rigid or inflexible. They are about creating a space of protection and honor for our personal well-being. By setting and maintaining boundaries, we ensure that our needs are met, our time is respected, and our energy is preserved. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself is learn to say no when something doesn't align with your values or needs. It's easy to fall into the trap of people-pleasing, of constantly saying yes to others out of fear of rejection or the need for approval. But when you overextend yourself, you deplete your own energy and compromise your well-being. Saying yes to everything comes at the cost of saying yes to yourself. When you fail to establish boundaries, you end up giving more than you have to give. And in doing so, you inadvertently teach others that it's okay to take advantage of your time, your kindness, and your energy. Setting boundaries is a direct reflection of how much you value yourself. When you draw clear lines and stick to them, you are demonstrating that your time, your peace, and your emotional health are sacred. Boundaries allow you to protect your energy and ensure that only people who respect you and your limits are allowed into your life. People can only treat you the way you allow them to treat you. If you consistently allow disrespect, neglect, or manipulation, you are sending the message that you don't believe you deserve anything different. But when you stand firm in your boundaries, you communicate self-worth to those around you. You are saying, I am worthy of love, respect, and care, and I will not settle for less than that. Boundaries are not just about saying no to others. They're also about saying yes to yourself. They involve recognizing your own needs and prioritizing them, even when it's difficult. It can be uncomfortable at first, especially if you're not used to asserting yourself, but it's a crucial part of growing into the person you're meant to be. Learning to take care of yourself first, without feeling guilty or selfish, is an essential part of maintaining your self-respect and your mental and emotional health. By saying yes to your own needs, you honor yourself and make space for the things that truly matter in your life. One of the most challenging aspects of setting boundaries is learning to deal with the discomfort that comes with them. It's natural to feel guilty or anxious when you first start asserting yourself. You might fear that people will be upset with you or that you'll disappoint them. But the reality is that those who truly care about you will respect your boundaries and will support your need to take care of yourself. In fact, the more you establish clear boundaries, the more you'll attract people who value you for who you are, not for what you can give them. Those who are uncomfortable with your boundaries are often those who have been taking advantage of you, and they might resist change. But their resistance is not a reflection of your worth or your right to set boundary. It's a reflection of their own inability to respect the space you need. Maintaining your boundaries also means being willing to walk away from situations or relationships that no longer serve you. It means recognizing when someone is not treating you with the respect you deserve and being willing to step back in order to protect your peace. Too often, we hold on to relationships or commitments out of fear of being alone or out of a sense of obligation. But when you allow yourself to be in spaces where your boundaries are constantly violated, you are sending the message that you don't value yourself enough to stand firm. On the other hand, when you walk away from toxic situations, you send the message that you love yourself enough to create space for better opportunities and healthier relationships. At the core of boundaries is the simple truth that you are worthy of love, respect, and care. When you set boundaries, you are affirming to yourself and others that your needs matter. You are showing the world that you will no longer tolerate behavior that diminishes your sense of self-worth. And in doing so, you create the foundation for healthier, more fulfilling relationship zones that are built on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. When you honor your boundaries, you honor yourself, and in turn, others will begin to honor you as well. People mirror your internal beliefs. This simple truth holds a powerful key to how we experience the world and how the world responds to us. The way we see ourselves and the beliefs we hold about our own worth are projected outward, and those beliefs are reflected back to us through the actions and behaviors of others. Our internal self-image is the lens through which we view everything around us, and it significantly influences how we show up in relationships, in work, and in life as a whole. If you believe that you are worthy of love, respect, and success, the people around you will treat you accordingly. They will pick up on your energy and vibration and respond with similar energy. This is not about manipulation or forcing people to treat you a certain way. It's about aligning your belief system with your highest potential and allowing the world to meet you at that level. The energy you project is felt by others, even if they are not consciously aware of it, and it impacts how they interact with you. If you carry yourself with confidence and self-assurance, you will find that others treat you with the same level of respect. They will acknowledge your value because you acknowledge it in yourself. However, the opposite is also true. If you carry around deep-seated beliefs of inadequacy, unworthiness, or insecurity, that energy will be reflected back to you as well. If you believe that you are not deserving of success or happiness, you may unknowingly attract people who mirror those negative beliefs. These individuals may treat you with indifference, disrespect, or even take advantage of you because they are unconsciously reflecting the low self-worth that you hold internally. It's not that they are intentionally treating you poorly. It's simply that they are mirroring the energy you are sending out into the world. One of the most powerful things you can do is take an honest look at your internal beliefs about yourself. What are you telling yourself every day about your worth? Do you believe you are worthy of love, abundance, and respect? Or do you struggle with feelings of inadequacy or fear of rejection? These inner beliefs shape the way you navigate the world and interact with others. If you want to change the way people treat you, You must first change the way you treat yourself and the way you see yourself. It all starts from within. For example, if you feel like you're constantly overlooked in relationships or work, it might be because you don't believe you deserve to be seen and valued. If you're constantly giving more of yourself to others and not asking for what you need, it might be because you feel like your needs are not as important as theirs. These internal beliefs, whether conscious or unconscious, create patterns in your relationships that reinforce the negative beliefs you hold about yourself. You might attract people who are dismissive, unappreciative, or even downright disrespectful because you are unconsciously aligning yourself with that kind of treatment. On the other hand, when you make the shift in your mindset to believe that you are worthy of the best, you will begin to see changes in the way others treat you. When you believe that you are valuable and deserving of respect, others will reflect that belief back to you. People will begin to treat you the way you treat yourself, and your relationships will begin to mirror the love, kindness, and respect you are giving yourself. This is not about expecting perfection from others, but about raising the standard for what you will tolerate. When you raise the standard within yourself, you naturally raise the standard of the people around you. This principle also applies to how we handle conflict and challenges. If you have a deep belief that you are capable, resourceful, and deserving of success, you will take on challenges with a mindset of confidence and determination. You will take action knowing that you are worthy of achieving your goals. People will see your determination and strength, and they will respond by offering support or opportunities. But if you believe that failure is inevitable or that success is not for you, you will approach challenges with fear or doubt. Others will sense this lack of confidence and may treat you as if you are incapable or undeserving of success, reinforcing the belief that you are not enough. Ultimately, the way you perceive yourself is the key to unlocking the way others perceive you. Your internal beliefs shape the way you engage with the world and the way others engage with you. When you begin to shift those beliefs from scarcity to abundance, from inadequacy to empowerment, the world will respond by reflecting those changes back to you. People will mirror your self-worth and treat you with the respect, love, and appreciation that you believe you deserve. It all starts with you. The way you see yourself is the first step in transforming how others see and treat you. Authenticity is key. It is the foundation upon which every meaningful connection and success is built. When you show up as your true, authentic self, you are not only empowering yourself, but also creating the space for others to do the same. Authenticity is not about fitting into someone else's mold or pretending to be something you're not in order to gain approval. It is about embracing who you are, with all your strengths and imperfections, and letting that version of yourself shine through in every aspect of your life. When you are authentic, you stop playing games with yourself or others. You stop pretending to be someone you're not, and you stop settling for situations or people that don't align with who you truly are. Authenticity means being willing to express your thoughts, your values, and your needs without fear of judgment or rejection. It requires a level of vulnerability and courage because when you show up as your true self, you expose both your strengths and your flaws. But in doing so, you also create deeper, more genuine connections with others. People are drawn to authenticity because it's rare in a world that often promotes superficiality and masks. When you let your true self be seen, you begin to attract people who appreciate you for who you truly are, rather than for the image you've carefully curated. Being authentic also means aligning your words with your actions. It's easy to say things, to speak about the kind of person you want to be or the life you want to create. But true authenticity comes when your actions reflect those words. If you tell others that you value respect, but your actions show otherwise by tolerating disrespect or staying in situations that don't honor your needs, there's a disconnect. People pick up on this. They can sense when someone isn't being true to themselves, and that lack of alignment causes a disconnect in relationships. When your actions match your words, when you live in harmony with your values, you communicate authenticity to the world. And when you do that, others are more likely to treat you with the same level of honesty and integrity. Another aspect of authenticity is letting go of the fear of rejection. So many of us hide parts of ourselves out of fear that we won't be accepted or loved for who we truly are. We put on a facade because we want to fit in, or because we fear criticism. But this fear is a prison that keeps us from experiencing true connection and joy. The truth is, not everyone is going to resonate with your authentic self, and that's perfectly okay. Not everyone is meant to be in your life, and trying to please everyone only leads to dissatisfaction and exhaustion. When you embrace your authentic self, you give others the permission to do the same, and in turn, you attract those who align with your true essence. The right people will respect you for who you are, not for who you're pretending to be. And those are the people who matter. Authenticity also means embracing your flaws and imperfections. We often think that we have to be perfect in order to be worthy of love and respect, but in reality, it's our imperfections that make us unique and human. Authenticity isn't about being flawless. It's about accepting and loving yourself even when you're not perfect. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable and show up with all your flaws, you give others the opportunity to do the same. This creates a deeper sense of connection because at the core of humanity, we all understand that no one is perfect. The people who resonate with you will be drawn to you not because you're flawless, but because you are real. Your authenticity allows you to build relationships that are grounded in truth, understanding, and mutual respect. The journey to authenticity can be challenging, especially in a world that often values conformity and superficiality over individuality. It requires you to break free from societal expectations and a trust in your own worth. But when you choose authenticity, you choose freedom. You choose to stop living for others' approval and to start living for yourself. This is when the magic happens, when you begin to fully embrace who you are. You give yourself permission to show up as your most powerful and authentic self. And when you do this, you not only attract the right people and opportunities into your life, but you also create the space for personal growth, fulfillment, and happiness. The more authentic you are, the more others will begin to see your value and treat you with the respect and admiration you deserve. Authenticity is magnetic. It draws people in because it creates a sense of trust and openness. When you are true to yourself, you send out a signal that tells others they can be true to themselves as well. This is the foundation of strong, lasting relationships, whether personal or professional. People will treat you as you treat yourself. And when authentic self, the way you communicate your worth is a reflection of how you feel about yourself. Your words, your tone, and your actions all communicate a message to the world about how much value you place on yourself. If you communicate with confidence and clarity, people will take notice. They will respond to the energy and the strength that you put into your words. But if you communicate with hesitation, self-doubt, or a lack of conviction, that will also be reflected in how others treat you. The world mirrors your internal dialogue. It reflects back to you the value you project. When you communicate your worth, you are setting the tone for how others should treat you. If you show up in life with a sense of clarity about who you are and what you bring to the table, people will pick up on that confidence and respond in kind. Your actions will be consistent with your words, and those who engage with you will mirror that respect. However, when you downplay your abilities, belittle your successes, or dismiss your needs, you are subconsciously inviting others to do the same. People will pick up on your lack of self-belief and may treat you in a way that reflects that same uncertainty. This isn't about arrogance or boasting. It's about being clear and unapologetic about who you are and what you stand for. It's about recognizing your value and not being afraid to assert it. When you communicate your worth, you do so with a sense of self-assurance and humility, knowing that you are deserving of respect, love, and success. You don't have to convince others of your worth. You simply have to own it. When you stand in your truth and communicate with confidence, you become magnetic. People are naturally drawn to that energy because it speaks to their own potential and power. The way you communicate your worth also affects how you set boundaries. When you know your value, you can more easily define what you will and will not tolerate. You are able to say no to situations or people that don't align with your standards, and you do so with confidence. When you communicate your boundaries clearly, you set the expectation that your time, energy, and emotions are precious. You teach others how to treat you by showing them that you are worthy of their respect and consideration. People are much more likely to respect your boundaries when they can see that you respect yourself. The key is to never settle for less than what you know you deserve. In relationships, whether personal or professional, how you communicate your worth will determine the type of relationships you attract. When you communicate with clarity and self-respect, you are more likely to draw people who see and honor your value. On the other hand, if you fail to communicate your worth, you may find yourself in relationships where your needs are neglected or your time is taken for granted. The quality of the people around you is directly influenced by how you communicate your own value. You teach others how to treat you by how you treat yourself, and this starts with the way you communicate your worth. Self-doubt and insecurity can sometimes cloud the way we communicate, especially when we fear rejection or the judgment of others. But when you start to believe in your own worth and communicate that belief, the people around you will take notice. When you show up in the world with confidence in your own value, you start to attract people who support, uplift, and appreciate you. The more you practice communicating your worth, the more comfortable you become with asserting your needs, desires, and boundaries. Over time, this becomes second nature, and you'll find that your relationships, career, and life as a whole begin to align with the level of self-respect you've cultivated. Effective communication of your worth is also about speaking up for yourself in difficult situations. It's easy to stay silent or accept mistreatment when we feel unworthy or unsure of ourselves. But when you believe in your value, you have the courage to speak up, to defend your needs, and to stand firm in your beliefs. You no longer tolerate disrespect or settle for less than what you deserve. This doesn't mean you are confrontational or rude. It means you are assertive and clear about what you need in order to feel valued. You set the tone for how others will treat you by communicating with confidence and clarity, and you hold firm to your standards. When you communicate your worth, you are sending a message to the world that you are deserving of love, respect, and success. You are teaching others how to interact with you by showing them the level of respect you give yourself. As you continue to practice this type of communication, you'll notice that people will begin to treat you in ways that reflect your own self-respect. The way you communicate will shape the way others perceive you and will determine the types of relationships you attract. It all starts with how you see yourself. In conclusion, the way we are treated by others is often a direct reflection of how we treat ourselves and how we communicate our worth. The energy we project, the boundaries we set, and the confidence with which we express ourselves all contribute to the relationships we build and the success we achieve. When we value ourselves, honor our boundaries, and communicate our worth clearly and confidently, we send a powerful message to the world that we are deserving of respect, love, and success. People will treat us as we treat ourselves. And by embracing our true, authentic selves, we create the space for deeper, more meaningful connections. It all starts with understanding that we are worthy of the best, and that by standing in our own power, we attract the energy and treatment that reflects our inner belief in our value.